everybody.
All right, this is Michigan Home Rehab LLC versus Nakia Williams,
Yes.
2400451 LT.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Robert Ocken, the attorney for the plaintiff.
Okay. And you are Nakia Williams?
Yes.
Okay. Today is the date for a landlord-tenant hearing, and it's my understanding the parties have not reached an agreement. This is a non-payment of rent case with a money judgment on it. So I have to determine if there's a triable issue before we begin. Mr. Ocknicky, did you meet with Ms. Williams today in an attempt to discuss what amount of rent you're claiming is owed?
I met with Ms. Williams. In this particular case, when we filed the complaint, my client had $994 that they believe was owed in rent. We filed the complaint on January 18th. On January 19th, Ms. Williams paid $900. My clients were not willing to waive the court costs that were associated with this. So all we're seeking today is $223 in court costs. I explained it to Ms. Williams and she does not want to pay that. So that's where we're at.
Okay. Well, tell me, Ms. Williams, why do you not believe you have to pay the court costs?
Because when I came in to pay, I had been in correspondence with them, letting them know what my situation was and why I couldn't get to office. It wasn't because I didn't have the money. It was because I couldn't physically get to the office to be able to pay.
Is that the
So-
only way to pay?
Yes,
They
on
have-
time. I mean, to be able, or it has to go through mail. They have a PO box that I've never used. I've been in this house for 5 years. I've always
So there's
went into the
mail,
office.
there's in person, any other ways that they
No,
accept payment?
no.
Okay, and so you chose not to mail it to them, and then how late did you become?
So I have a grace period. It's due on the 1st. I have a grace period that's stated in my lease that I have to the 5th. And I was late and I paid the late fee on the 19th as well. The reason why they only got the 900, because when we had the pre-trial, they had me down that I still owed them $90, which was an incident where I had to come out of pocket and pay for plumbing because it was during the holidays. And I couldn't get in touch with the maintenance, the office, everything was closed down. So I paid $150 out of pocket
For the plumber?
for the plumber. Yes, I provided them with a receipt to let them know that I paid that. I deducted that from the January's rent. And they didn't want to compensate me at the time for the service. And so we were in dispute about that. And so I continued to come in and pay my rent. So after this incident happened, I was in correspondence with them because I was having some health issues and I was in a hospital. And I have my phone turned off right now because I didn't know if I could have it on during the proceedings in the courtroom. But I do have evidence in my phone of me being in.
No. I told you during the pretrial, anything in your phone needs to be printed out and brought to court, because I don't take phones during hearing.
Right.
So you're allowed to have your phone, and you can have it on. You just can't give me your phone, because I don't want to see anybody's phone.
Okay.
If I have to take your phone, I have to put an exhibit sticker on it and call everything in it an exhibit, and I don't want to do that. That's too much.
Okay,
Okay, but back to the January payment. You said you paid a late fee. How much of a late fee did you pay?
$50.
A $50 late fee.
Mhm.
Okay,
So I just only retracted the $150 that I paid in the plumbing for the service.
okay. So they said you owed 90 and they took that off. And then you said there was $60 left towards the plumber.
I paid $150, but I gave them my rent is originally $995.
Okay,
I gave them $900.
okay. So you took 95 off, so they still owed you like another 55 towards the plumber.
Correct.
That's your position, or that they owe you $55 for the
No,
plumber.
I don't want to owe nothing.
Well, if
But my
I can take
thing-
it off the court costs, maybe if they owe it to you.
That'll be great.
Well, that's why I'm asking you the question, and I'm also asking you about your late fee. Okay. Okay, so then after January, did you still live there?
I did. I came in, my rent has been on time.
You paid
But this was the
February,
only, January was the only payment that had been late ever since last year. And so and like I said, because I've been in this house for 5 years, I didn't expect them to take me to court
Mr.
For
Akinahi,
19
unless you're looking up something related to this case, put your phone away.
I'm looking up something related to this case, I'm looking up the ledger.
So for 19 days, you know, they submitted for me to come to court. I wasn't even 30 days behind.
Let me ask you this question though. January 3rd, they served you with the demand that said you had 7 days to pay. Do you remember that?
Yes,
Okay. And they said they mailed it to you, so you probably received it sometime after that day.
correct.
Okay. And so receiving that demand to pay didn't get you like in the idea, like, if I don't pay this, I'm going to court?
No, I mean, I understand that. I do understand that.
Okay.
But I've never been taken to court for not being unpaid for 19 days.
It doesn't
and
matter. They can take you to court for being unpaid, you know, if they give you the 7-day notice and you don't pay, then if you're 7 days late, they can take you to court. So that's not really a defense to the paying of the court costs. They have to file a court proceeding to get your attention.
But here's the thing, that's what I'm saying, I've been in this house for 5 years. They don't have to send a court notice for me to pay rent, especially even after the fact. You think I came in February, pay my rent on time, came in on March to pay my rent on time, to be taken to court because I paid my rent late, you know, 19 days.
Because you
But I've
can't.
been consistent though. And what I'm saying is, as far as for the landlord and the tenant relationship, obviously it's broken somewhere, right? Because he could have talked to me, just like when I tried to discuss with him several times about my $150. You think I wanted to pay $150 out of pocket that he kept trying to tell me he wasn't gonna compensate me for? They didn't drop it until I decided that I was gonna pursue and go through with the pretrial. I was gonna come to court and I was gonna speak my piece. And they didn't drop and say, oh, we'll forgive, we'll waive. When I was trying to discuss this with them back in January, they didn't want to talk to me about it. You know, but here, you steady taking my rent money. You steady taking, every time I come in here, everything is okay. They could have been dismissed this. We could have settled this out. I've been a tenant, like I said, for 5 years. I always had issues with the landlord when it came to fixing something in the property. And we always have an issue with that.
Is there anything broken right now?
The city came just on February 26th to do their 3-year inspection.
Sure.
And so
Answer
they're
my question. Is there anything broken right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, could you answer that?
Yeah.
Okay, what's broken?
Yeah, the faucet. I
Which
have,
faucet? Bathroom, kitchen?
the kitchen
What's wrong with it?
is leaking.
Like it drips or underneath?
Yes, it drips
Oh,
and it's starting to get clogged.
clogged. What do you mean?
Like the water is receding, it's going up and then it's taking a long time to go down.
Okay.
Also, there were some other things in the basement. There was some electrical outlets. You know, I take very good care of the home. I do everything in the house. The house is basically like I own it, except I just pay rent. I do everything. I do the lawn care. I
Okay.
do the snow
Madam,
removal. I do
Focus on the
everything.
question I asked you and answer my question. Tell me what's broken in that.
Yes, and then so the electrical, and I just had to have electrical person come out and put in another electrical fuse in the box or something, because I just got a washer and dryer, and the dryer was not working. It's because it didn't have any power. So at some point the power was disconnected, and so I called an electrician to fix it, which I also paid out of pocket, but that was okay.
Did you notify your landlord that that needed to be done?
No,
Why not?
because he takes forever to do repairs. That's my issue. When it happened, I had to pay plumbing. I notified them 3 weeks in advance.
Okay.
Things don't get done in a timely manner, and when I do, I'm always like, okay, you know, because I understand every time he gets somebody, they quit. He can't get nobody reliable. So I try to be empathetic and think, you know, okay, I always give them an olive branch, but you can't give me one. So I'm just.
Okay, you've digressed again. Ms. Williams, is there anything else that's not properly repaired in the property besides the dripping kitchen faucet, which you said also has a slow drain, although those are easy fixes. And then you said you decided to get the electrical breaker fixed for your dryer. Anything else?
No, no,
So just that thing.
yes.
Okay.
Oh, can I just add one more other thing?
Mhm.
But I did not say with the city, but it is an older house. You know, the house is like 1920 something.
Mhm.
So a lot of the things in there are grandfathered in, on the city code.
Mhm.
But one of the things I noticed is that where the sink area is separating from the wall. The drawers, like the handles, are again dry rotted. So
Did you put in a complaint to your landlord?
I did not,
Okay, so to the extent that any failure to repair would isolate you from expenses, you have to make a documented request for repair. So you can't like sit back, be upset about things that aren't fixed, and then when they bring you to court for something, then say, I have all these complaints. You have to make those complaints to them and give them an opportunity to repair them.
I do that now.
Except I just asked you about specific ones and you said you did not, and you had reasons. And I'm telling you that those reasons aren't going to work. You either have to make the complaints or you don't get to use them against them in court. Okay, Mr. Aknicki, before I tell you what I'd like to do, did you want to respond to the issue about the plumbing?
The plumbing, as far as the plumbing issue is concerned, I know that based on what Ms. Williams originally did by taking some money off her rent, my clients originally filed the complaint for $994. By the time it came to the pretrial, only 94 was due. My clients have waived that, so they're not even seeking that any longer. So I don't know anything about the extra 50 she's paid, I guess, for plumbing. I wasn't aware of that.
She said she paid 150 and she took 95 off her rent.
I have the receipts.
Yeah, I mean, she has a receipt if you want to look at it.
So you took, I guess I would just ask Ms. Williams what months she took off, what,
January.
She said she took $95 off of January.
$95 off of January.
Which
Okay.
is how apparently it ended up that she only owed, you say 94, she said 95.
So this is my receipt for 900 that they gave me, and then this is for the repair.
So I guess all I would say, Your Honor, is that the total court costs are $223.04.
I get 219.04. Where do you get 223.04?
I had a 110, I had a
110 filing.
fee.
3404 service.
3404 service.
That's what it says.
If I
Go on
did
that microphone there.
110 plus 75 statutory attorney fee plus the service you had, Your Honor, was 3404.
Yes.
Then I have 219.4 for court costs.
That's what I had.
If the court, I'll leave it at the court's discretion as far as the other
Yeah.
50 something that she paid.
Ms. Williams, I don't want to enter a judgment against you today because that could have other impacts on your rental history, etc. But the fact of the matter is that you were 19 days late, and so you owe them something. I'm going to take $50 or $55 off for the plumber. And I'm going to take $10 off because I find their late fee to be in excess of what I approve here at the court. That means you owe him $154. Is that something you can pay today so I don't have to render a judgment?
I only pay until Friday, so like 2 days.
I really didn't want to do it.
Your Honor, if Ms. Williams wants to agree on that 154, I could do a conditional dismissal instead. I don't have any problem with that.
Were they dismissed if you pay them $154?
Yes, Your Honor.
You want to do that? Okay. All right, I'll let you to complete that document and then come let me know when you're done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.